Statement of financial position. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define statement of financial position, name, describe, and give examples of the capital accounts of statement of financial position. What is statement of financial position? It is also known as balance sheet. It is the company's presentation of assets, liabilities, and equity. Capital accounts of statement of financial position are as follows: cash, accounts receivable, inventories, prepaid expenses, property, plant, and equipment, accounts payable, accrued expenses, unearned income, long-term liabilities, and capital. Let us discuss each of the following. Cash. This is the most liquid asset. Cash consists of coins and bills, currency such as peso, dollar, pound, etc. Cash in checking accounts, cash in savings account, bank drafts, money orders, and petty cash. Accounts receivable. These are the amount owed to the company as a result of providing goods or services on credit. Example: Marvin bought a pair of rubber shoes from Rico and promised to pay the amount of $5,000 next month. $5,000 is Rico's accounts receivable. Inventories, also called merchandise or raw materials. These are assets that are kept in storage areas to be sold in the future. Inventories can be classified as raw materials, work in process, and finished goods. Example: Aling Nena purchased 5 boxes of noodles for her sari-sari store. 1 box will be displayed and the remaining will be kept in the storage. The 4 boxes are inventories. Another: Mang Ramon sells longganisa. The pork that he uses for longganisa is considered raw material. The salt, garlic, preservatives, and other ingredients are the work in process, and the packed longganisa is the finished goods. Prepaid expenses. These are assets that results from the business making an advance payment for goods or services to be received in the future. Example: prepaid rent. This is an advance payment for an office space. Prepaid insurance. An insurance paid in advance and hasn't expired yet. And also, prepaid cell phone load. Loads that are paid and will expire in future time. Property, plant, and equipment, or PPE. These are considered fixed asset of the company. The company recognizes an asset as PPE when it has a useful life of more than 1 year, used in production or supply of goods or services, used for rentals, or for administrative use. Examples of PPE are: for property, it can be a piece of land, building, warehouse, office space, etc. A plant is a huge space where production takes place. Equipment, machineries, vehicles, office equipment, etc. Accounts payable. These are the amounts of money due to the vendor for delivering goods or rendering services to the company that are not yet paid. Example: Mang Ruben received 6 whole chickens from Aling Susan's store and promised to pay an amount of 900 pesos by next week. 900 pesos is Mang Ruben's payable. Accrued expenses. These are expenses that are incurred and recognized by the company but not yet paid. Example: Anton Company receives office supplies from its supplier 2 days before month end and hasn't received an invoice from the supplier when their book for the month closes. To properly record this, the amount to be paid in the future will be credited on accrued expenses liability account and debit the supplies expense account. Unearned income. These are revenues received by the company but hasn't delivered the goods or rendered the services. Example, Aling Martha rents her apartment. Sandy, an occupant, paid her rent 6 months in advance. This payment is an unearned income of Aling Martha. Until the 6 months lapses, this amount will not be considered a revenue. Long-term liabilities. These are companies' financial obligations due for more than 1 year. Examples: long-term debts like bonds, debentures, and notes payable. Financial lease or capital lease, deferred tax liabilities, and pension liabilities. Capital. It can be cash or other types of assets that are introduced to the business. Funds held in deposit accounts. The other types of assets may include properties, equipment, machineries, and vehicle that are used for the operations of the business. Let's sum up the discussion. Statement of financial position is the company's presentation of its assets, liabilities, and equities. And the following are the capital accounts of statement of financial position.